the inaugural death of Mr. Seven. Your name is Crowbar. You remember the first time you ever got offed like it was yesterday. But then, you tend to remember damn near everything like it was yesterday. And when a fella wets his bill on time travel as much as you, yesterday's when damn near everything literally took place. But that's beside the point. The point is, a guy like you's gotta remember things. No room for error when you're in charge of a bunch of maroons like these. Maroon's your favorite color, in case it wasn't obvious by the rugged hue of your jaunty tricorn hat. But like you say all the time, lugs this dumb give the color a bad name. Yeah, that line never did get a laugh. Not even once. Never did claim comedy was your bag, though. Your bag's a whole nother can of worms entirely. And those worms swear on their ugly mother's graves that you're a hard-nosed, square-shouldered, spared-the-lip and shoot-from-the-hip gang boss. Or third-in-command, to be precise. But who's counting? The answer, of course, is you are. You're counting. It's your job to count. As number 3 of the outfit, i.e. number 7, lest we get confused, it's also your job to do what number 2 says. He don't got a number in actuality. Cue-ball head wouldn't wear a hat in the damn presence of royalty, the cocky bastard. Number 2 naturally gets his orders from number 1, who's a man of few words in your experience. The top dog used to give you lip all the time, which is really saying something for a man whose head's a gruesome lipless skull. Those were the old days, though. Now number 2 serves as his mount. And what a mount it is. The man's got a hell of a trap for a guy sporting a spherical head with no features whatsoever. Hey look, you just follow orders, no matter what kind of freak show comprises the particular cabal of superiors barking them at you. They called number 2 the Doc, and the Doc made it clear he wants you to round up the boys for a meeting in his study. In your humble opinion, the hatless wonder's a true man of mystery, and guessing his designs is about as fruitless as a plundered gift basket. But if you had to bet, you'd bet dollars to Crullers as a heist afoot. Crullers instead of donuts, cause when it comes to the Doc schemes, there's always a twist. First step along the way is number 2. Nah, not by rank, you clueless boob. By hat, of course. This guy is infinitely less clever than the Doc. In fact, it ain't out of line to characterize him as a little slow upstairs. And downstairs. Infinitely in this case ain't hyperbolic.
Number 2. Doze has the ability to slow down time within radius localized to himself and himself alone.
You don't do hyperbole. It's on a list of stuff you don't do. The list is literally kept in your breast pocket to show what clowns who don't take you serious now and then. You tell him to come with you. Gotta meet the Doc in the study. Ah, great. He predictably replies with the arduous, low-pitched beginning of some long-ass, drawn-out remark. You don't have time for this. You leave the room to round up more men. The end of this sentence ain't seeing the light of day anytime soon. Who's next? Ah, excellent. Someone else is approaching. Saved you the trouble of rooting them out. And yeah, it's you. Just what you needed. Time shenanigans. Looks like past you or future you or whoever is leading Sawbuck somewhere. You know what? Whatever, man. Number 7. Crowbar. In charge, mostly. Wields a crowbar. Number 10. Sawbuck. Don't worry about it. You'll get to him later. You're not even gonna ask. It never pays to indulge in time shenanigans. That's what you say. No one listens, though. Other you's got a question, though. You say shoot. He's wondering if Doze in there has finished his sentence yet. You say not even close, my friend. He's only just begun letting words spill out of his dumb, sluggish maw. He says, God fucking damn it. You say you feel his pain, brother. You and he soldier on in your respective directions. You give the door a firm rap or two with your trusty crowbar and let yourself into the— oh, good God! You avert your eyes and clear your throat. You try to visualize something else. A suit you need to remember to bring by for tailoring. The lukewarm cup of joe you didn't finish this morning, sitting on your desk. And nope. The damage is done. You can't unsee it. Listen, you ain't no Puritan Pete.
Number 4, Clover, is extremely lucky.
What two consenting adult men get up to behind closed doors is their own damn business. You just wish Clover wouldn't work his frisky little dance numbers behind so many of the closed doors in this mansion. Part of you wonders what charm the little guy was soliciting Itchy with. Horseshoes? Balloons? No, wait, you don't care. Trader Talk canceled. They're all wrong for balloons anyway. Trust you, it wouldn't work out. You tell the men to quit the fancy footwork. There's business with the doc.
Sure, boss. After you.
Squeaks the lucky runt. Luck's always on his side, you should mention. Little bastard's as lucky as one gets. It sure seems like he's one to get lucky a lot, if you catch your drift. Itchy, as usual, makes it his business to be a rash on your backside. The attitude on this guy. Says he's in no particular hurry. Will be along as soon as he's done with this. What is that? 10,000 pieces? Come on, guy. You say with the giddy up he's got, that puzzle should take him just shy of no time flat. And he knows it.
Itchy, number 1, is extremely fast.
He's real fast, see? Itchy says he ain't in a hurrying mood. Wants to relax, take his sweet time with it. Is he kidding you? This jabroni's barely even trying. No, it doesn't go there. No! You say the horse butt goes behind the animal, not like hovering in front of its face, you stupid piece of shit. The guy keeps at it anyway. You know what? Let the baby have his bottle. You're out of here. You entered the boutique at the gang's in-house tailor. Any mug in the biz you're in knows a good tailor's a must. The name's Stitch. The man's a miracle worker with a needle and thread. Looks to be patching up a head wound on some dope's recent injury. You say what happened here? No unauthorized shenanigans, you hope.
Number 9, Stitch. A damn good tailor.
He asks,
Are any shenanigans authorized?
you say hell no. He gives you a curt nod. Always refreshing to be in the company of men who don't cotton to nonsense. He says don't worry about it, he'll be along once he finishes up here. Good enough for you. You'll leave without a word. Here's where Die holds up. Seems he ain't in the company at the moment. For half a second, you contemplate respecting the guy's privacy. You spend the other half a second kicking down his door. Just what in the fresh gobsmacking fuck is going on in here is the out loud thing you wonder. What is he doing cooped up with all the live poultry? Die doesn't say a word. Deer in the headlights with this guy when you catch him in the act. There's always an act to catch him in, and he never don't get caught. Man's like a deer stuck in the high beams of a parked ass car. You say never mind. Forget you asked. He starts up with his mumbling suddenly. Oh, now he's got something to say. What's that, pal? Can't hear a word you're saying. You said speak up. Look, put the chicken down. You said put it down. That's it. You've had it. You're sick of this shit. How about a taste of the mean end of your crowbar? Both ends are the mean end. He pulls out his little doll on you. You gasp. You're not much for sarcasm, but yeah, the gasp was sarcastic. Couldn't help it. It's a mighty potent juju he's got there for sure, but functionally it won't mean squat to you if he sticks your pin in there. He'll jump to a different timeline where you're dead. You'll still be here though, with one less idiot to corral.
Number 6. Die. Plays with dolls.
Still, won't do you to watch him disappear. Doc wants a word with all the idiots. You gesture at Clover. Tell him to make Die listen to reason. Attaboy, Clover. Hey! Cut it out. Both feet on the floor. You mean it. Christ almighty. Smutty little munchkin doesn't know when to quit. You hear a ruckus from the game room. Sounds like the moron Motherlode's in there. Yep, it's Pinhead Paydirt. You tip your cap to Finn and Trace. Couple of peas in a pod, those two. Just a pair of blokes sharing a bout of what is surely the game of lords. A rousing and gentlemanly match of table stickball. And back there, another couple playing a game of... Oh, now what the fuck is that, Itchy? You could have sworn he was deliberately being a punk and taking forever with the horse puzzle. Itchy says,
Oh, that old thing? Finished with it ages ago and sauntered over here for a friendly game of cards with his good friend. Wait, what was your name again? This guy,
he says.
the huge asshole with the 14 on his dumb-looking hat.
Number 14. Quarters. Flips a coin. Looks badass while doing it.
Quarters lets out a deep sigh. Itchy keeps running his trap.
trying to keep with the times, old man.
Old man, you say? Technically, you're younger than he is. They all are, in fact. He says,
Come again? He didn't follow that. He was busy plucking another hapless pigeon.
Itchy slides all the chips to his side of the table.
Booyah, motherfuckers. Booyah.
Dai mumbles,
Did he say chicken?
You say, huh?
Dai mumbles,
Nothing. He just thought he heard him say something about chickens or something.
all yous listen up. There's a meeting in the study. You say everyone come this way or you'll give him what for. Will you clicking those little buckled shoes together for a Midnight City minute? You say you're flattered, but this ain't the time or the place. Besides, you aren't down with moons. It's not really how you roll. Yeah. Look, you know it's bad form to leave a gaping table stick ball before the empty sockets have swallowed all the round circles, but this here's a red letter meeting with Dr. Whitewords. They need to follow you, see? That's what you two are best at. Following, ain't you?
Number 3. Trace. Can follow people's past trails.
Number 5. Finn. Can follow people's future trails.
Finn, you can see where anyone's headed in the near future, yeah? You're just asking because you'll eat your stylish 3-point hat if every lug in this room ain't headed right out that door in the very near future. Isn't that right, Finn? In your haste, your freight train of chartreuse goons almost railroads one of the biggest stiffs round the corner. The stiff says,
Hey, Chief, where's the fire?
you tell him you didn't think you were walking that fast, to be honest. He says,
No, he was literally asking where the fire was, so we can put it out, see?
Number 11. Matchsticks. Concerned with fire safety. It's everyone's business.
back of the line, you say. We all got an appointment with the doc. Yeah, you know the guy was aiming for a chuckle out of you. Like you said, comedy's not your bag. It's no one's bag, really. When you belong to the filth, you're either as serious as a heart attack or as dumb as a brain hemorrhage. Or the medically spectacular situation where those two problems coincide. Son of a... You tell Sawbuck he can stay at the front of the line with you. No chance in hell this butterball could squeeze by all those green bozos. Number 10, Sawbuck. Again, don't worry about it. You'll hit him up later. Last thing you need is another mansion clog. You take a detour to hit the lounge. If your instincts are right, this is where you'll find you-know-who. For some reason, you can never bring yourself to say your name. Those simple syllables. You're told the word means a child's plaything in the winter, like some kind of frost puppet. Fitting that the sound of it sends a chill down your spine. The boys hesitate to speak of her, just like they hold their fire whenever she fades from black. Ahem. She's here, just like you taught. Creatures of habit, dames. Not that you have much experience with dames, mind you. You only ever met the one. Number 8, Snowman. If Snowman is killed, the universe is destroyed. So, hey. Yeah, you tell the dame there's this meeting, see, you know, with the doc, and yeah. You mumble a few other things, but you don't know why you're even troubling yourself. That spooky broad don't give a flying goddamn about what you got to say. You lead your posse into the clock room. Well, a clock room. There's a lot of clocks in this mansion. A few too many if you ask you. There's a top over there in the corner covering something up. Something big. Some of the boys don't remember ever seeing no top there before. Strikes you as a funny observation coming from them, seeing as you can't figure out how they can even remember to dress themselves half the time. Eggs looks worried. He's like, pay no attention to the secret people under the new mystery tarp. Number 12, Eggs, uses his egg timer to time travel. The boys are like, what the hell you got under there? He's like, you say never damn mind. A mouth like that could only conceivably serve as a gateway to the utterly worthless. Look at this mess. Do you really even need to tell these mooks why whatever it is they're doing in here is dumb as all get out? Oh well, at least there were only 2 of them this time.
Number 13, Biscuits. Thinks his oven allows him to time travel.
Biscuit says,
The rest of us are in the oven.
You say, did you ask what's in his fucking oven? You say next time you ask for a peek in his damn oven, it'll be on account of your prior instruction to bake you a goddamn cake. Sawbuck says,
Ooh, cake.
no, you gluttonous fool!
Number 10. Sawbuck jumps to a random point in time when injured.
You said don't open that oven! Never gonna see the doc at this rate. And by this rate, you mean going backward in time due to perfectly avoidable reasons. You keep pressing on like the true professional you are. This way, you lunkhead.
Yes, sir.
He waddles. Ah, rats. Someone else is approaching. You got a feeling you know who it is. And yeah, it's you again. Just what you needed and were inexorably bound to receive due to the laws of causality. Looks like past you or future you or whoever is rounding up the troops. You know what? Whatever, man. He's not even going to ask, and neither are you, cause you didn't before and ain't feeling any chattier this time around. This buffoon is still in the middle of his endless friggin' sentence. Unbelievable the kind of horseshit this line of work entails. You consider how you might speed up his bird brain response. Not that it matters, since this guy never made a remark in his life which didn't function as a powerful sedative. You think about Wallop and Sawbuck again. Maybe skip to another time. Maybe one good drub will do ya. Nah, too risky. Might shoot back a million years in the past. Need to take matters into your own hands. Or better yet, hands belonging to some grunt you get paid to boss around.
Number 15. Cans has the ability to clock a guy in the next week.
Oh yeah. As in, you forgot what a racket this 2-ton galoot made when he makes an entrance. That's what you meant when you said, oh yeah. As in, oh yeah, you've just remembered that. Anyway, you tell Cans to give the slowpoke a lift and break a leg this away. He says, huh? You say, grab those and follow me. Muscle. You swear to God. If this isn't Tweedle dipshit and Tweedle dumbass again, why are you not surprised? The reason you aren't surprised is because you knew they would be here and you sought them out deliberately. You don't say that out loud though, for the same reason you don't ask them to do your taxes. Eggs and Biscuits ask,
What you doing here, boss?
just completing the circle of stupidity, you say. You hide under the tarp and swear these two walking jokes to absolute secrecy while this whole mess plays itself out again. Not a peep out of them or you'll be making breakfast, see? And you don't mean pouring yourself a bowl of Fruit Loops. Get your drift? They don't get your drift, but time's up. Other you in the peanut gallery is gonna waltz in any minute.
Any minute later.
About damn time. Like pulling teeth hurting these fuck-ups. How long did that even take? Not counting negative time, you mean?
19 pages, it would seem.
What, that many?
Yes.
Seems like a lot.
Well, there are nearly that many members together. I'd characterize the final tally as predictable in hindsight.
The doc sure can be a smartass. You keep that thought to yourself.
Not that the omniscient has much use for hindsight. Not even those of us deemed smartasses by subordinates.
You don't got a clue how he does that. And if you're honest with yourself, and him too, you don't much care.
Please, see me in my study at once.
You heard the man. Let's mosey. They didn't hear a thing, but they follow you anyway.
Welcome, minions. Ages ago, beyond a span of time that is impossible to measure in any empirical sense, our master set in motion a critical chain of events. He summoned you all one by one, and in return you have vowed to serve him for the rest of his indeterminable life, just as I have sworn to do for the remainder of mine. Yes, you may resemble a flock of unremarkable, unintelligent cretins, but as the servants of a very important man, you, by extension, are also important. If all thoughts but one escape the cottony substance wadded up inside your heads, let this one be the one you keep. Your mission, which I am about to describe, is but another link in this critical chain. It is far from the last and even further from the first. There have been many crucial links over the epochs to which I myself have been privy and complicit. I will describe to you a plurality of these in detail. Listen carefully.
Cripes. Baldy McSoftbody here sure enjoys the sound of his own voice. You wonder if he'll get to the point soon.
I am a patient man, Mr. Seven. It is a quality that has served me well in preparing for the arrival of our master.
You wonder how he does that? You ain't even talking out loud here. This is just a bit of hard-boiled, no-nonsense narrative introspection. You're pretty sure it ain't even real in any meaningful respect.
No nonsense? You flatter yourself. May I continue?
Yeah. The doc dives cue ball first through some mad ramble on a fairy tale about some giant space frog. You're on pins and needles as you check your watch. You know it ain't lost on a smart cookie like him that checking your watch in a room full of clocks is extra passive-aggressive. Yada yada. Then he says there's some planet that grew in his belly called Alter Yukon or what have you, run by a race of savages, it would seem. Long story short, the doc here fucked with them for about 1 billion damn years and they all died off as a result. Classic scratch. Ah, got it. The town they built is Midnight City. It's just a bomb's lob away from the gang's mansion. Great place for crimes. Almost like it was put there just so as a load of goons like you could have your run at the place. In fact, you're pretty sure that's why the boss set up shop in this one-town rack, just outside city limits. You know what they say about location.
Well, they don't say nothing special about it. They just say the word 2 more times, and that pretty much gets the point across.
Cool story.
After a few more minutes and a few more bobs exchanged through a conversational medium you still can't quite wrap your head around, Doc wraps up the history lesson. Cripes. Not to second-guess the head honcho, but delegating his orders to this bloviating creep is a hell of a test to a faithful church officer's loyalty. He's got a folder and says let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. As you can see, I've got a folder. It contains your mission. You will review it carefully, by which I mean one of you. This organization's faithful third officer. He will lead a team on this mission.
No kidding. You take the folder and check it out. Says you're supposed to... You're supposed to
retrieve a package from an anonymous recipient. I cannot divulge the identity of this man. If you are able to bring the package back to me, I will give you further instructions. You are to pick up the package from a courier in the city. He is to rendezvous with you at a supplied address at a precise time. You are not to be late and never open the package. Do you all understand what I have said?
You scope the crowd. They're bored out of their melons. And nope, nobody understands. Except for you. It's your job to understand.
Choose your team, Crowbar.
He tells you to pick a team for the job and be on your way. Seems like this pack of lugs has worn out its welcome in his office. Which is an ironic attitude to have for a guy who makes his bones holding men hostage to hours-long anecdotes, but whatever. The team's an easy call. You'll go with the solid colors today. Pickup is light work. You don't see the need to pack any muscle for this trip. Hard to imagine securing a box from a chess guy could ever get too hot to handle. And in any case, the doc being omniscient surely would let you know in advance if it was gonna go down like that, right?
Any man with my foresight who had your best interests in mind would do exactly as you say. Absolutely.
Yeah, see? Gotta love the doc. But then again, it's like you've always said. For a filthy liar, the doc sure is good at sticking to the truth. You remember his genteel assurance like a knife stuck in your mind. Hell, maybe that's roughly akin to the way the guy speaks, since he ain't got a mouth to make a sound with. You remember piling into this hot car with your 6 solids and cruising through the desert like it happened last week. Hell, when you wet your whistle on time travel as much as you, maybe it even did. And the first time you got off, you remembered that like it was yesterday. Less than yesterday even, because that's what you do. Remember things. You remembered the first time you laid eyes on the Midnight City skyline. You remember your first kiss. And you remembered that fateful night plain as day. The night you first met a man named Spade Slick.